Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
If you see our valuation, F4R1, it's already activated. The materializer is already activated for our two plans. If it is not activated, we need to activate it. Generally, this materializer activation can be done by the finance consultants. Once it is activated, there is a transaction code called as a CKM startup. You need to enter the F4R1. Just remove it and keep on the execute. You see, materializer production is already productive, which means it is already active. What we need to do is we will try to create the materials. What is the transaction code to create the material? M in zone. What is my industry sector? For example, M is my industry sector. Here, what is my material type? I should have created a GFRP. Now you can see what are the different views. If it is a raw material, what are the views we will maintain? We will maintain like basic view, purchasing view, accounting view and sales view. Or if it is a finished product. Generally, what the initial product contains means generally the finished products also we will sell to the customers. And that's why what we do is we will maintain the sales views. Sales organization 1 and sales organization 2 and sales organization 3. Basic 1, basic 2, sales 1, 2 and planter. These are the things we are going to maintain. Then next is a planned data storage 1, planned data storage 2 and accounting 1 and accounting 2 years. Generally, the accounting will be maintained for the costing purpose. Like if you want to handle the losses like profit and loss statements. And if you want to know the entire financial statements about the particular organization or the plant at the time, this accounting views mostly helps with. And also by using this accounting, like you will be able to track the amount of particular material and you can finalize it, the finished product or price when you're running the costume. I'm selecting the enter. What is my plant? What is my storage location? Yes. Generally, I'm not touching any sales. What you do is see here. You can see the number ranges, whatever we maintain, which can be came out here. And I will maintain the material name. Like what is a food? Like engine part. It is a pieces. I don't want any sales. Here I want to maintain what is my purchase organization for. What is my purchase value key? You remember whatever we created in the configuration. Again, that all need to maintain. Or here now. What is our purchase organization? Do you remember? Purchase value key. What we maintain. For example, I'll maintain some. Now you can see in the purchasing view, you can see the tolerances, whatever the shipping section, automatically, which will be copied over here. Click on enter, enter, enter. Here in the valuation class, you can maintain some value over here. I will maintain 10 rupees. Click on enter and click on save. A4 the material is created. If you go and check M60, you go to the code 1, you can see material. You can see if you can see all those things. What we have created. Whatever we created, that everything will be able to see. M60 is one of the report. Here onwards, like you need to know what are the different transaction codes, what is the reports, and this is like a thing. Now we did the configuration, and now we need to know the how C. Until now we did the configuration. Now we need to know how to use that configuration while creating the material master. And the material. There is a lot of transactions to create, change, delete and all those things. And whatever we done, it can be what will happen. It can be stored in different tables. And if a business wants to change like mostly, then we will use a different transaction. It will be like a much more transaction ways. I'll write a note down here. MM1 we use create material. MM change material. MN3 we use generally for display material. Display material MN4. Display changes MEMNO6 block. Materials M17 mass maintenance. And apart from that, we can see like M60. Material list. Material list. These are the different transaction codes. Generally, we will use most frequently. These are the transaction codes. And apart from that, we have the different tables. Whatever we create, the data which will be stored in the different kinds of the tables here. What we'll do first, we've seen about how to create the material. Now we will see how to change that material. Now I created this material, I want to change it. same views you want to change. And you maintain. For example, you want to add something. For example, I want to add a grass wader. Network. I want to add this thing sand clip answer. Automatically, which will be updated. Which will be updated in the material, all those things here. There's about a change. Next MNO3. If you want to see in MNO3, it is a display you don't have any access to change. And if you see you don't have any edit access over here. It's only the display access for you. You don't have any changes of things. Just you can have the display. Nothing is changeable for you. This is how we are using as a display material here. And now there is a transaction code called as MM4. Now here in the display changes, whatever changes has been done. If you want to see now 20 laureate, 20, 22, 7, 10M, what happened? We created a material by using of the M1. By using of this user ID, what will happen? Automatically it got changed. What is there? What are the fields we change it? There is a two fields we are changing. What are? The one is in net weight and gross weight. How much it is there? 10. Initially it is a 0. And we change it to 10 kgs. Initially it is a 0 and we change it to 9 kgs. This is how it can be like changes is done. This is like a display changes also. You can track over here. Next, if you want to delete and block MNO6, you click on it. Here, wherever you want to delete. Like if you want to delete that material level, you need to mark it over here. If you want to delete at plant level, you can mark it this one. If you want to block at storage location level, then you need to select this button. These are the different levels of blocking of deletion of the material. Deletion of material is just indicator update. We are not fully deleting that particular material. Just it is an indicator update. Mental deletion indicator update. We are going to make the out here. Next is we have the transaction code called as a MM17. Generally, this will be used to update the maskings. Before that, there is a different tables. I don't know, each material like material, different. Different views will be stored in the different tables. But for example, general data generally in the basic view. Whatever the basic view contains, that data will be stored in this table, Mare table. If you see the description of that material can be stored in the MKT. And plan data of the material will be stored in the MRC. Material valuation can be stored in the MBOO. Storage. Location of data will be stored in the MRD. Then unit of measured data will be stored in the MEAM. Sales data will be stored in the MBABIO. Different table name. It is common. Table name is common or we can change. No, you cannot change. It is a given by the ICT. You cannot do the changes. Just you're able to check out other things. You cannot do anything about this. Changes of these tables. We need to remember this. Once we need to check material data, we need to enter MAR. Here are the things you need to like. You need to remember the transaction codes, and a table is everything you need to know. These are the things. How are you going to change mass? What I'll do, I'll create one more material. Then it will be easy. Here in the accounting, you generally maintain the price of this material. It is a standard price move, price control standard. And here I'm going to make it as a 10 rupees. I need the group currency is converting into USD. It is not the conversion, but it is kind of. Now I have the two materials. For example, I want to change something. What I want to change? I want to change the purchasing group of the material. Before changes, you need to know what is a table name and field name for the particular thing. Particular. See here, it is a blank here. Now I want to update this purchasing rupees to FFR. How you got to know? First, if you want to know the technical field name of any field here, first you need to select this one and click on functional F1. It will become as a new screen on there and click on the technical group information. Next is AKGRP. And what is the table? CG. Just close it. Come back. What is the table? CG. You just select, go to the fields. Or you can select this find button. Then click on the MARCG KGRP. You just select this button, Purchasing Group MARCG. Click on the Execute button. Here you need to enter the material. What is the plan? Oh. Click on Execute. We have the three materials for this plant. One will having FAR, one will having blank and one will having Zorin 1. What we will do is we need to change everything to FAR. Select this one. Just enter. Click on the carry out mass changes. Automatically what happened? Everything is updated here and click on save. Now it's got changed. Come back. Just remove it. If you see the purchasing group, for everything it got changed to a fault. This is like how we are changing mass for the materials. If you want to change the mass maintenance, this is like how we are going to maintain the purchasing group mass. This is about the materials material type. You do the practice about how we need to create the different kinds of the materials out here. This is a topic material master we are going to understand, and next what we will do is we will understand the next topic called as a vendor master. Here, what is mean by vendor? What is mean by vendor, master and vendor? Here we are using vendor is a person or a group of people. What vendor generally? We are going to use this one when there is a person or group of person generally who will provide a service to us or procurement of this material. Generally, if you want any material you want to procure, what you're going to do is just give you order. What kind of material or service? If you want generally what we will do, we will give a order to the particular person. And that person will supply to us the material. This is about how the vendor can be done. But in S/4HANA system, the functionality is same. That vendor can be, we are maintaining as a vendor. But in the ECC, we are maintaining supplier as a vendor. In the S/4HANA system, we are making vendor as a business partner. BP. It is a new changes in the S/4HANA system. BP, what is meant by business partner? Why he bring the business partner to the SAP systems? Before like ACC. In the ECC system, what will happen? We used to send us a month of vendor information to the third-party systems, like if you call about SAP, if you call about the EUM. What we used to do is we used to push the data. Generally, we used to push the data to the other third-party systems. What will happen when you're pushing? Every time you need to send the data to other systems. But when it comes to the S/4HANA system, what he did is he grouped all those things, like he grouped all the all the vendor and customer, and like he also make it the integration. Like if you call about S/4HANA, it is a combination of SAP ECC and EUM and SRAM. And six, that all different applications are, he make it as a single server. Those earlier, those are there in the different servers. And we are going to make the like sending the data integration with the different softwares. That can be like painful job when you are integration about with the third party systems. It can be making as a big change for you. Every time you need to track. If something is failed, you need to repush again and you need to track why it is failing. All those things you need to do it. But once SAP S/4HANA got implemented, what is done? Everything is there within the server. You just execute the background job automatically. The data will be pushed to the certain modules. That's about an advantage for the S/4HANA system. And here we done the concept called as a BP business partner. What kind of configurations we are going to understand from the VP? Initially, we have the one details called as a BP. BP again divided into BP as a vendor. And BP as a customer. It can be divided into two ways. And whenever you're going for the BP configurations, what is it can be both the things like a business partner act as a vendor and the BP act as a customer. What are the how we do the configurations for the BP figuration? Here we need to configure two configurations. One is a BP configuration and another one is a vendor configurations. What are the configurations? First, we are going to do here. First one, what we will do is first we will create a vendor on the group. Second one is we'll maintain the number ranges. Third one is what we do is we will assign number ranges to vendor account to group. Then if we have the payment terms, we will define that payment term. Payment term, and next we have the encode terms. This is about the vendor configuration. And what are the BP configuration? Similarly, we will create a BP on the group. Next, we will maintain the number ranges. Number ranges we will define. And next we will assign number ranges to BP. Then we'll link BP to vendor. It also will link BP to customer. In the customer again in place of vendor. What are the configuration we did is similar. The customer configuration will be there. Like, we need to define the customer account to group number ranges, assign number ranges to customer account group. Payment terms and encode terms will be same. But here the catch is this customer, all the configuration can be done by the effect. Surveys D consultants. Whenever we are working in a project, we should not like work as an individual. Our thing is like you need to like mingle with all the different module guys. Then only you're able to perform this one. The perform the job exactly how it can be handled. This is done. Now we'll see the configuration. How we need to do the configuration further. First, we will try to understand this configuration today. If time permits, we'll do this configuration as well. Go to reference IMG and financial accounting. Account payable receivables. This is the configuration where we do for the vendor master. For customer master account receivables and payables, they will do the contract. Here we are trying to do this one account payable receivables here. And you can see customer accounts and vendor accounts. Now we need to do for the vendor accounts. Next is the master data and preparation of creating the vendor master. What are the things here? First, define vendor account group with the screen layer. Just click on the execute button. Here, we have a lot of things here. Generally, what are the standard configuration to puppy 0001? We need to puppy our card or KRD. We need to copy. Either one we need to copy. That this button, click on it puppy as. For one, we will maintain. Click on enter, enter and save. Now I created a vendor account group. Generally, what vendor account group contains all the fields? What are the fields generally we do for the procurement wise? For example, in the general data we have the general description about the vendor and all those things here. And in the field status group you can see what are the fields are mandatory and optional entry. You can see name 1. It is a suppress and it is a name. 1 is a required entry and whether it is optional entry or display what kind of it is. That you can check out here. It is a required entry, optional entry or display. In the screen level which field? You want to make it as a mandatory option that everything can be configured over here. Here we have the company core data, upon management and all those things. Next is a corresponding, like all those things will be. Here each view, what are the different tables are there that we able to check out here. This is about the next is we need to define the number ranges. Here create number ranges for the vendor account group. I just select this one. Go to the intervals. Again I will check. Here only few more left. The number ranges here. What you can do is you can copy this. I'm maintaining 2000. From here, I want to maintain. Click on save. Now in. Generally for the number ranges, transport request is not created. Here what it will be there. A transport request cannot be created. It is used for the number ranges. It won't create the transport request number. It is just a master, all the number ranges. It is one of the interview questions. Can we transfer the number ranges means? No, we cannot transfer the number ranges. Come back. Now we define the number ranges as well. Next, what we need to do is we need to assign this number ranges to vendor account group. I'll select this one. What is our account group? What is my number range? 1 and you can see. This is my number range. I'll just make it as this number range and click on Save. Now I define the vendor account group and number ranges and assign number ranges to the vendor account group. After that, if I want to do the payment terms, we will do payment terms SPA RBO reference IMG Material Management Purchasing. Here there is a supplier master. Here you can see defined payment terms here. Here there is a different payment terms here. If you want, you can define or you can ask a payment of the definition to the filet Steve has here. Select this one, click on copy. Here, if you want to maintain anything, you can maintain. For 1% means 10% in 10 days. Click on vendor and click on save. Now I maintain FOR1 is my payment terms. I define. And if you want to maintain the Incoterms, like check Incoterms, just click on the check. And if you want to create Incoterms generally, we can create. In the Incoterms, you cannot define like whatever you wish. It cannot be done. It can be done by the international commercial terms. Whenever you are doing the overseas business, my standard commercial term guys given some proper guidelines. What are the different Incoterms you need to utilize? Or you are doing the international training. That only we need to do, otherwise we should not create anything new. Here I'm doing something. I maintain 4 Kipri on-board locations. Click on enter and save. This is a configuration I need to perform. Here, what are the things we did here? We define the number ranges we define the vendor COMCOP and we define the number ranges we assign to vendor COMCOP. We maintain the payment terms and we're done with the Incoterms over here. These are the configurations we done. Next, we just done the COMCOP. Next, we need to know about how to do the vendor BP COMCOP configuration. That we will see. Let's be audible. Here, if you go basic settings, number ranges for the group. First, what we will do is either we can do vice versa. First, we can do that you can define the number ranges and you can create the grouping or first you can define the group, then you create the number ranges. Again that number ranges, either interval group. Either way it's like, whatever the way you want. What we'll do is first we'll define the number ranges. Click on the intervals here. You check what are the intervals is there. Also, we can use existing numbers. If you see here, this is already some numbers is there. We can use #1 or if you want to create new, just edit. Click on enter and you maintain one number from number range to number range, the number and just we need to maintain. How you get to know what are the three number intervals is available means there is a button called as a three intervals. Once you select this button, what will happen automatically? System will be show you what are the number ranges are empty. As of now, I'm not creating anything, just I will try to use whatever existing. But now I'll try to define the BP account group. What we will copy here. Here we need to create as a group F4 one. We will create 4 dash. The number range we will be giving as a dash, one which is an internal number. What we did here already in the number range created. Now we're creating the group BP group and for that BP group only. While creating, we are writing the number ranges. Click on enter and click on save. The BP account group. We maintain how we maintain the number ranges and that is linked to BP account group here. Then we need to give a linkage from the BP group to vendor account group here. For that, there is a button called Master as a synchronization. Next here, there is a button called Customer Vendor Integration. Here we need to go for the business partner settings. Settings for the vendor integration. Next is field, as I meant for the window. Assign a trip, assign 3 fields. Here we need to define the defined number of elements for the direction BP to a vendor. Just be calling this one. Here you can search here. What is your grouping is F4? F4 is not. Then what we can do is suggest we need to group in this one. Our BP account group is F4. And here we need to link the vendor group. What is our vendor account group? We define click on enter. For example, you want whatever the BP number, the same account group, vendor account group number you want. Then you can maintain the same number. Same number. Here, in our case, we cannot create the same numbers because we don't have the existing intervals assigned. When there is no intervals for us, if you want to BP number and account group number, you want the same. Just click on this one button. I'll say same account number. System automatically make BP account and vendor account. Numbers are same. If you want a different, if it just you don't select this, that click on the save. This has done the configuration. And also check for the customer integrations. Go to customer integrations and field selections as in key field, as in numbers in my direction from the BP to customer. Here also, I don't think it will be there. What I'll maintain as a F4, F4 one, and the account group is CU. CU or C is not there. Standard I maintain here. This can be done by our finance team. Finance team will do the configuration. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.